Welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. This is Danny, and welcome back to my little mess by the ocean. This is episode 2 of our FTB Unstable series, and things just keep getting better and better in this mod pack. This is pretty exciting. I upgraded to 3.0.7, version 3.0.7 today. And there's a few things that have changed since the last time we played, and one of them, which is going to be today's focus, is that Tinker's Construct has received a number of very significant upgrades, new stuff. We now have a smeltery, we now have all of our different alloys, and we can do a lot more with Tinker's now. And Tinker's Construct for 1.8, the newest version of Tinker's Construct, has some really nice refinements. It's going to be really fun to play with. So that's one of the things that I want to do today. And if we have some time left over, we can get started on Thaumcraft. But I really want to focus on Tinker's because I want to, well, of course, I want to have some better tools and weapons, and I want to kind of expedite our resource gathering. Since the last episode, I've done quite a bit. I mean, we've had our tree farm running. I've already used a ton of this wood for upgrades. We've got this guy with a range of 24 now. So it's, I think, what is it, 4 by 5? No, that would be 24. 4 by 5 by 1, 2, 3. Oh, right, because it doesn't do the middle. So it's 5 by 5. I'm like, wait a minute, 5 times 5 is 25. So yes, it's 24. Range of 24. Our farming thing, we've got 4 wheat and a couple extra seeds now. That's been coming along very slowly, but that's okay. I don't really care about that because we're getting tons of apples from our tree farm, so we don't really need the wheat. I just really set this thing up for fun, and we'll probably grow some other stuff on that later. Our miner is upgraded to a range of 25, so it is now doing a 5 by 5 area, which is awesome. Let's take some of that out of there so it has more room. Oh, is it done already? Okay. So it's now doing a 5 by 5 area, so I don't have to pick it up and move it as often. It's done now, so I will have to pick that up and move it, but I'll do that off camera. Yeah, that's pretty cool. However, I've done a lot of mining down in the mine because mining is much faster than that. Because for one, well, I mean, of course, it breaks every single block, and it's doing it with stone. Because if I use iron, as you might remember from last time, it burns through iron more quickly than it collects it. So we're using stone, and it's great, you know, when we're doing other stuff that it's doing mining for us. That's awesome. But it's not. You know, if I really need some resources quickly, it's faster. It's much faster to just go down into the mines. And I found a really awesome cave system down there, down at level, like down in the 10 area. So check this out. I've got 26 diamonds and 7 emeralds. This is just from like maybe a couple hours worth of mining. And I got a ton of iron, but I've used most of it. I've used most of my iron upgrading my machines because this thing needed, you know, to get it up to 25, I had to do 24 times 6. That's what, almost 150 iron for that. And hello, iron armor. I have iron armor now. I didn't the last time you saw me, and at the last episode. And the emeralds, I just kept finding emeralds everywhere down there because, of course, we are in an extreme hills. Here, I'm actually going to grab another stack of oak because, you know, I don't want to be mining for coal, so I'm just... Oh, that wasn't even a full stack. How did that happen? Okay. And we've got a ton of gold, which I'm going to be using gold to make our Tinker's Construct tool forge. We can make a tool forge right away. So I've got a little boat in the water here because what I want to do before we go and build a smeltery and get all of our Tinker's Construct stuff in place, I want to find someplace a little bit more permanent because this is definitely not a... Well, I guess we could make a permanent base out of this, but it would definitely require some terraforming because we've got this big thing here. We don't really have much land for things like farming and stuff. You know what? This area might actually work. But anyway, I do want to just kind of explore the area a little bit. Of course, the sun is going down. after the sun comes up, or when the sun goes down, I'm going to sleep a little bit, and then we'll explore the area a little bit. Minecraft oceans are cool because there's no wind. There's no noisy waves to drive you crazy after a while. Of course, waves, you know, waves are always nice for a while, but the water's always calm and beautiful. And being able to watch the sunset is always great. So here's a roofed forest. I was actually kind of thinking about this area, like maybe building something along one of these cliffs. There's a little bay here that we could use as a boat dock. Oh, it's actually a river. The ores here are pretty much vanilla. There's really no mods here that are doing any extra ore gen, other than Tinker's Construct, but that's all in the Nether. And there's no aluminum for a Tinker's Construct, as far as I could tell. It was just vanilla stuff, and I was using vanilla tools, my vanilla pickaxe. Oh, pickaxe. And it was cool because it felt kind of nostalgic, you know, like the old days when I first started playing Minecraft. Playing vanilla Minecraft. It might be kind of nice to have something over here too, where we have the view of the extreme hills, but we don't have to deal with the, you know, the hills, the hills of the extreme hills. Another one. What the? There's one like right over there. Okay, so that's not going to be the great. What is that? Sand. Horses. What? What is this? This is scaring me a little here. What is this? Black stained glass. Whoa! What? What was that? What is that? Oh man, I'm totally curious, but it's made out of like vanilla black, so I can't tell. Huh. I guess I'll have to do a little bit of research to find out what the heck that is. Whoa, but whatever it is, it seems to teleport you away from it. Crazy. Yeah, and it teleports the cows. Boy, this area seemed like it would be a nice place to build a base, but it seems quite precarious. There's lots of weird and dangerous things over here, so maybe this won't be the best place for a base. I bet. I kind of like this spot right here. I don't want to have to move all my stuff, but I like this. I like this little peninsula thing. We've got easy access to the mainland. We've got boat access to the extreme hills, which is probably where we're going to set up our quarry. I like this. I think this is our home. I think this is going to be our new home. Okay, I'm preparing to move. I made myself a white bag from with the Baggins' mod pack. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. But we can also upgrade it to tier 2, which is a little more. So that way we won't have to make so many trips. We're heading right over there to that little peninsula, or is it this one? One of those two peninsulas. And we're going to be carrying our stuff over by boat. Oh, crap. We ran out of room here. Whoops. All right, the move is complete and everything is pretty much operational. Back to the way it was before. I'm still living outside, but we'll take care of that eventually. But not today, actually. We're not going to build anything today because I really want to get into Tinker's Construct and I keep getting sidetracked. First I got sidetracked by the move, and then I got sidetracked by the Bagginses because I had to do some spider hunting to get the string I needed. And now I got sidetracked by something else. This is a mod called Easy Storage. This is the storage core. And it's a lot like a lot like an ME system from Applied Energistics, but it's really cheap. It has a really cheap startup cost. It's basically just you make your storage core with a bunch of wood and a wooden chest, but the storage core alone doesn't do anything. You need to have storage, but instead of like an ME drive with storage cells, you have these storage boxes, which are blocks in the world, and they each store a certain amount of items, and they store a numbers of items. So each block stores 400 items. So that could be 400 of a single item. It could be 400 of any combination of items. So there's no limit by stacks or anything like that. And I actually have 8. I have 5 on the top, and then I actually have 3 underground of these, because these are really cheap. These storage boxes, they're just chests and spruce, or not spruce, but logs. So I just made a bunch of them. Now, of course, this could take up a tremendous amount of space, but there are upgrades. So you have the condensed storage box, which stores a lot more. I don't know how much. We'll find out eventually, but I'm not going to make this right now because it's a little out of my price range at the moment. I don't want to use that much iron for that. I have some other things that I want to do, and then there's the hyper storage, which is obsidian, and then the condensed storage and a nether star. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's progressive. It's like the progressive automation thing where you start out with really cheap stuff that you can start playing with right away. You don't have to wait. And so we now have this nice storage system. So yeah, we've got a tree farm up and running. I've got the wheat farm over here, and I can access. Oh crap, I gotta get this stuff out of here. Oh, and when I moved, I managed to move in two trips because I filled up these machines with just a bunch of crap, bunch of inventory, because they have an inventory, and if you pick them up with the wrench. Hey, where's my... I lost my wrench. I lost my progressive automation wrench. But anyway, you pick it up with the wrench, and it holds all its inventory, and it maintains its configuration and everything. So that was pretty easy. All I really had to do was bring this stuff over, set it down, and everything was already set up, and then pull everything out of the inventory. And then I did the same thing with all 3 of the machines. I filled them all up with stuff so that I could get as much stuff over as possible in one trip. I've got my miner in there. It's mining. And I made a little bridge, a very basic arch bridge, just so that I have an easy way to get back and forth without having to swim. So now it's time to play with Tinker's Construct. Look at that, isn't that cool? I love that. All right, we got a tool forge right away. Hooray! I had a little bit of a scare before. I went in here and there was nothing in there. All my stuff was gone. And then I clicked again and it was there. Oh boy. We're not playing an unstable mod pack, are we? Stencil table, pattern chest, part builder, tool forge, and crafting station. And it really doesn't matter what order you put these guys in. As long as you have the pattern chest in between the stencil table and the part builder. And we'll find out why in a second. If I click on any one of these things, I have access to all of them. Check that out. So no more going no going back and forth and oh I need to get something out of this, and oh now I can put it over here, and now I gotta get that. Nope. One click and we can get between everything. And check this out. So we're in the stencil table. We make our stencils, right? Oh, actually we put our stencils in it. We make our stencils and we throw them in the pattern chest. Okay, that must be a bug because I should be able to just throw it in there from there. Let's try another one. Maybe if I shift click. Oh, okay. Never mind. You shift click, it pops it in the pattern chest. Oh, that's NEI or REI that's coming, or not REI. What is this? This is not NEI actually. I keep calling it NEI. It's actually JEI. Just enough items. Which is obviously very similar to NEI, but it's got a few interesting features that NEI doesn't have. And then the part builder also has access to the pattern chest. Check that out. So So we can click on the pattern we want over here that's inside the pattern chest, which is why you want the pattern chest to be in between the stencil table and the part builder. And you can see the little pattern is showing on there. And if we put any materials in there, they'll show up on the table as well. And then our tool forge looks a little bit different. Of course, we don't have as many tools yet just because this is still in development. And the order, and like I said, it doesn't matter what order you put these in. I'm pretty sure that this tab order up here is always consistent. Let's make the pickaxe head out of stone. And you can see every material has some kind of quality. Like netherrack is ridiculous. And it's not documented, so it'll be fun to kind of figure out what all these different qualities mean. This actually, by the way, this easy storage has a crafting component as well, but it's a little more expensive. It's a crafting box and a search box. How much is the search box? 4 enchanted. Oh my gosh, it's really expensive. But that'll give you the search capability. And then the crafting box gives you crafting. But it requires 4 Eyes of Ender. And of course, I haven't been to the Nether yet, so I don't have any blaze powder. Although I do have a bunch of Ender pearls. I have 3 of them. I managed to kill 3 Endermen, and all 3 of them gave me an Ender pearl. That's lucky. So paper is a no-go. I don't know if that's permanent or if that's just because they haven't supported that yet, but check this out. This shows us all the properties of the part that we're currently making. So we can easily compare different parts to see that obviously wood is the better choice for a handle. If we select the pickaxe and we shift click, it knows where to put the parts now. Isn't that cool? Can make all the various parts we need for the smeltery. We'll just probably do 1 drain for now. 1 controller, of course, and faucet. I'm gonna need some glass. Oh, we have ore doubling now. Remember last time we said we didn't have any ore doubling? Now we have ore doubling because we have a smeltery. I hate ore doubling with a smeltery, but it's better than not ore doubling at all. Yay! So I guess I will make a casting basin in addition to a casting table. And we'll make 2 faucets. 2 drains and 2 faucets. And I'll be right back. There it is. I did a 3x3 this time. I usually do 2x2s. For some reason, I decided I was going to do a 3x3 this time. Because it is going to be bigger in the long run. Just because we're going to be using this for ore doubling, so I'm going to need a lot more capacity than I usually need. Because usually I only use it for tools. I found a good source of lava over there. Unfortunately, there's no good tanks. There's no portable tanks in this mod pack as far as I could tell, so we're going to have to do it little by little. I found 4 iron ingots while I was looking for lava, so we can double our first iron already. Yay! Oh, look at that. Neat. It actually shows you that it's an ingot now, instead of just having the generic block. Whoa. This seems fast. I think it's faster now. Awesome. So my one complaint, that was like my one thing that I didn't like about working with the smeltery, was that it was so slow. So we have, oh, it doesn't tell us ingots anymore, but we threw 3 in there. I think it takes 2 ingots of gold, which is one of the reasons I always used aluminum brass, because, yeah. So we'll probably need more gold in there. So there's our cast for... Yeah, that definitely seems faster. So here's our pickaxe. I got an iron pickaxe head, a wooden binding. The only thing the binding seems to affect is durability. I tried a few different bindings just to see. So we'd actually probably be better off with the iron binding because that would increase our durability, but I think, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make an iron binding. Swap out our wood for, yep, yeah, it makes a pretty decent difference. Although we do lose the ecological, Renewable resources are good, but don't catch a splinter. Oh, look at that. You hover over it and it gives you some splintering. Hit them more to deal with more damage. Souvenir for your enemies. Oh, interesting. So I used a bone tool rod. It added the splintering characteristic. It had a pretty high handle modifier. Not as high as slime, but I don't want to climb up that slime island quite yet. I just want to get a nice tool built. Because, well, this probably won't be our last pickaxe that we make. And then magnetic, hitting things attracts nearby things. Boom, hooray. Check this out. We can throw a diamond on there. Mining level is now obsidian. Our durability is 1,249. We can throw our emerald on there right away. We don't have to go click, 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 click. We can throw all our stuff in there right away. I guess we can't do a ball of moss. There actually isn't a ball of moss. And there's no book. I don't know if that's always going to be that way. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing there's going to be a book eventually. And check this out. Now we can grab our redstone and we can max this thing out, because that's basically what I would do, is max it out with redstone, and it'll take, we can put them all in at once. There. And we can get everything all set up all at once. That's very pretty. It was 10 point. Okay. So certainly it isn't going to be the fastest pickaxe that I've ever had, since it's iron, but for early game, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, compare that to my regular vanilla iron pickaxe. Which is now broke. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad for an iron pickaxe. Wow. Cool. Let's grab this coal right away. Alright, now I'm going to make a hammer. I just ran into a really weird bug, and it's a little frightening. My smeltery is suddenly empty, and if you look at my inventory, my inventory suddenly becomes empty as well. Well, not entirely empty. When I click on the smeltery, or even if I walk too close to it, that happens. And then if I go to a chest, or this thing, or whatever, my inventory comes back, so that's okay. But I don't know if it's, but again, even if I just, wait, before I just walked by the smeltery and it happened. So I can walk in the smeltery, so there's definitely nothing in there, which really sucks because I had a ton of stuff in there. I had a okay, so even clicking on a crafting table fixes it. So I'm just going to try to break it and put it back together and hope that fixes it, because I really don't want to lose all those resources. There was a lot of freaking iron in there. And gold. I had a ton of gold in there too. Oh, phew. Okay. So if that ever happens to you, now you know how to fix it. Check this out. Isn't that cool? It like gradually changes as it hardens. So we're just about ready for our hammer. Let's see, tool forge, hammer. I'm pretty much doing it almost all out of iron, except the handle. We'll do, actually, we could do bone again for the handle, I guess. Why not? We've got enough. There we go. Mining speed 3.12, so it's certainly not the fastest tool in the world, but it'll be pretty fast. 50. Okay, mining speed 6.73, so that doubled the mining speed pretty much. Doesn't look like we can add an extra modifier, at least not in the same way that we used to be able to. Not bad. Not bad at all. Check out this little graphic. It shows us what it's going to destroy. That is pretty cool. And apparently you can, oh that's right, I can now right click to place torches, because it'll right click, it'll place whatever's to the right of it when you right click on it. There is a way to increase it. I don't know what that way is though. There's some way to upgrade it so that it will do larger larger areas. And right now, because we did the diamond, this thing is at mining level obsidian. We can actually raise it to cobalt. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. And it doesn't even cost a modifier. Alright, it's time to make a sword. I'm actually going to need 2 rods for this, because I'm making the big fat cleaver. It's one of my favorite weapons. It's heavy and it's slow, but it's a lot of damage. 25.41 attack damage. So it can one-hit most most overworld mobs. And now we're all out of bones. So I guess we'll have to go find some skeletons to kill with our brand new cleaver. Yay. One hit. Yay. We've got a one-hit weapon already. Day 2, and we have a one-hit weapon. Nice. So I think the last thing that I want to show you today is this. We have a brand new stencil. Where'd it go? It's called a pattern sharpening kit. Whoops. Oh, we don't have to do that anymore. I keep forgetting. So part builder. Pattern. Where did it go? Pattern sharpening kit. I want to make it out of obsidian. Oh, I can. Good. I thought I would have to do that in the smeltery. So now we have an obsidian sharpening kit. Now obsidian has a mining level of cobalt. But we don't have to make an obsidian weapon in order to mine cobalt. Oh, no. So we just throw our pickaxe in there. We throw our obsidian sharpening kit and a piece of flint. And there we have it. We now have an iron pickaxe, the same pickaxe, but it is now fortified with obsidian, and it has a mining level of cobalt, as we can see both over here and here. Hooray! Of course, we're not mining any cobalt today, but when we do, we'll be able to now with our just plain old iron pickaxe, which is kind of cool because we don't have no. That's all we can really do in the overworld is make iron until we get into the nether, and then we can mine some cobalt, and then we'll be able to make some cool tools. So maybe we'll think about doing the nether next time. However, there's so many other things I want to do too. So next time we're probably going to be getting into Thaumcraft, actually. And oh, what's that? Come on, Chopper, what are you doing here? Bummer. Did it run out of something? No. Crazy. Oh, and by the way, this thing will burn its own wood. So if you don't provide it with, or if it runs out of coal, it'll just burn wood. Which is totally fine, because then it is 100% self-sufficient, and it's obviously producing way more wood than we're using. Oh, by the way, I was going to show you this too, the expanders for, actually, I'm pretty sure this will work both for the hammer and the excavator. They have expanders now, which you can use to expand the width and height, because by default it does a 3x3, but we can expand it to do even more, which is pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, we'll start into Thaumcraft 5 for Minecraft 1.8 on the unstable mod pack, and I'm gonna make some improvements to my weaponry between now and then as well. I may upgrade. Oh boy, I'm hungry. I may upgrade it to cobalt. I'm pretty sure that there's a way now with just regular old Tinker's Construct to upgrade your tools to a different material. So, of course, I kind, you know what? I'd kind of like to make one from scratch so that we can start over with the modifiers, because I just want to. I want to haste the crap out of it. We don't have crossbows or anything yet in Tinker's. In fact, I didn't see any range weapons, did I? Did we see range weapons? No, there's no range weapons yet. But who knows? Maybe by the time the next time we play, there will be. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click the thumbs up button down below. You don't have to bother smashing it. Just click it. Okay, that's all you have to do. You don't have to smash it or anything like that. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe so that you get updates and so that you can find out about other stuff that I'm doing. And I hope you will join me next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.